not fake, I know I'm right. Even when I know it. OT, there's never much love when we go OT. I pray to make it one piece. I pray. That's why I need a one dance.
Alright, turn that shit off. How y'all doing? Give it up for everybody y'all sing. Come on, y'all. Come on. Normally I don't come on stage with a toothpick in my mouth, but I'm just showing I'm so grateful that I got teeth. And people, y'all look beautiful. Enjoy your teeth, you know, cause I was at the 7-Eleven and the homeless guy didn't have no teeth in his mouth, and he asked me for some money. I say, well, what you want it for? He say, some chicken. I said, man, you gonna need a chicken smoothie. You know? If you can enjoy some chicken with no teeth in your mouth, I'm gonna kill myself tonight. That's a motherfucking miracle. You better appreciate your teeth, you know. Sure, I used to date a girl who had 2 teeth in her mouth. I called her TT. I really enjoyed her though, man, because one time I had broke my can opener and she was right there for me. I opened the can of tuna. I said, girl, I love you, you know. You got appliance mouth, you know. And I'm happy. I called an Uber here. It was the scariest ride I ever had in my motherfucking life. Because one thing I can say about Uber that I like, they don't discriminate because now they let the handicapped people drive. You know, like this guy was deaf. They gave me the ride him, and he had a sign, and the sign was said my name, Derrick. You know, that's who. And so it was a beautiful thing. I got in the car, he was smiling, you know, that's all he could do, you know. He had teeth, but but somehow he had a heavy foot, man, and we was in a 45 miles an hour zone. He was doing 70, right? And I was scared, I was hollering, I was telling him, stop, but I forgot he couldn't hear me, you know. I had to change my drawers when I got here. Because he scared the shit out of me. and you know, a lot of the Uber cars some of them went down. You know what I mean? The way the car looked, you know, because last week I got an Uber car. Guy opened the door for me. I said, thank you, brother. You're a gentleman. And he said, man, I got to get in first. You know? Do the windows roll down? You know? There's some beautiful women in here. Y'all are very lovely. All of y'all, y'all are lovely. Yeah, give it up, guys. And nothing like a beautiful woman. You understand what I mean? Women smell so good to me. This one girl, we was dating, and she loved bath and body work. Matter of fact, she overindulged in it, you know. She put so much on. And you know, she liked to put it in the secret places, you know. Yeah, man, and she put a lot of it down there, and you know, she wanted me to, you know, go down there and bless her. And I mean, she had cucumber, melon, pear, peach, apple. And so I came up. She said, "What's wrong? Why you stop?" I say, "My sugar up. I'm a diabetic." I said, "Man, you got too much sugar in your pussy." You know? Matter of fact, 2 of my teeth fell out. You know. But you got to go down on these days, though, guys. You got to go down on these women. They want you. Look at her say, "Woo!" She had a orgasm that quick. Woo! Yeah, man. And then women love it too, man. And it's a beautiful thing down there. You know, it's a lot of nutrition down there. You know, I ain't lying, man. And that's why I was telling. You know, you know, women keep that good. Most of the women keep that good. And but I had an unfortunate situation. And you know, but what it wasn't that it was bad. It's just her dieting. You know, she ate a lot of highly spicy and seasoned foods. And so what happened, I went down there and I came up and I went to the doctor because I go for my regular checkup and my blood pressure was 200/80. You know. I had to go back. I said, baby, you got too much sodium in your cookie. I damn near had a stroke, you know. When eat salads, when we gonna do that, you know. Light dressing, you know. You got too much spices in this shit, you know. Yeah. I'm sweating, shit. I'm going into cardiac arrest. I love it though. I love doing stand-up. I've been doing it a long time, you know, and I enjoy doing it, you know, and because you get to travel and you know, you go different places. You know, I like going different places, and I like getting massages. When I do like. I make me some money, I go get me a nice massage. I love a massage. Yeah, I love it. Hell yeah, I love it. But I happened to go get a massage, and my first time experience of what they call a happy ending. You know? But when I found out how much it cost, it wasn't happy no more. I said, man, this is a sad ending right here. $130? Shit, I could have played with myself for free. Shit. You should have told me that, you know. But it's lovely though, man. And you know, I love a good massage though, you know, and that's my thing. I like massage and I like watching porn. Them are two things I really enjoy. I love porn, man, but I've been trying to go to PA, Porn Anonymous, because I have got too involved with that shit. I went and bought me a big screen TV, and because I had caught so many viruses on my computer. Look at that. When pop up windows and shit. One time the police popped up and said, "We gonna get your butt." I had to go buy me a TV, one of them 60-inch, you know, HD, you know, that motherfucker high definition, you know, you see everything, you know, and I was trying to kind of slow down on my porn, but it came on my TV, that big screen, and I was looking at that shit thoroughly, you know, I was involved with it. I said, God damn. And I started taking my clothes off and shit. I took all my clothes on. Before I knew it, I had walked up there in my penny loafer, butt naked, and stuck my dick on the TV. You know? and you know, sometimes that TV get that static in it, you know. I got going ta 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 ta. I felt it. I said, oh, I thought they was fucking with me. I said, oh, they got me involved. You know? But I stayed there too long and I had accumulated so much electricity. I turned around and touched my cat. That mother went, ah! My cat at the house like this here. They said, who was that? I said, that's Fluffy. That's Fluffy, man. That was his last expression. You know? I shocked the shit out of him, you know. But I'm getting older now. You know, I got to go. I went to the doctor the other day and check my, check my colon. You know, you got to get the colonoscopy. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a big word. I just said, colonoscopy. You know what it means. go get that on Wednesday, but the lady wanted to look at me, she put a glove on. I said, God damn, what you finna do? She told me to lay down and relax. And I was in the fetal position, And I said, ma'am, matter of fact, I never met you before, So you understand what I'm saying? Just be nice and easy with me. And man, she had a long finger. I'm not bullshitting. And she said, I'm just gonna just relax. And she went up in it, And when she came out, she said, see, it wasn't that bad. How you feel? I said, violated. I need to go to a 12-step program. My ass ain't the same. She must have done something different because I passed gas while I go and went. Damn, I hope the lady didn't give me a sleeping pill. I've been taking advantage of it. And that's why, let me tell you something. My last girl, we broke up like that same thing, Because we were making love and she told me to talk to her. Sometimes women get involved. She said, talk to me, Daddy. Tell me something. I said, ooh. Felicia. Could you please get your thumb out my ass? I said, Heifer, you know you're wrong for that. I had told you about my colon situation. You disrespected my booty. In my mama house, I love LA, LA, this is a beautiful city, Los Angeles, this is a beautiful state, California, I'm from Houston, I love it. And I went back home to Houston 18 days I was there. And let me tell you something, from Texas, it had rain, remember they had the bad flood, so that brought the mosquitoes out. God damn. And in the down south, sometimes you got to use the bathroom, you go outside and take a leak, because it's so hot. You say, well, damn, let me go out by the trees, because it's like a rural area, a lot of trees and shrubbery and shit like that. So I just wanted to whip my dick out and take a piss. There wasn't nobody out in the backyard, and I whipped it out, and shit, a mosquito bit me. And what happened when it happened is it bit me so hard it scared me. I ran in the house, and my lady friend was there, and I ran in the house. She said, "Oh, you ready now?" Huh? I said, "No, this ain't really mine. This part of this is a mosquito dick. This one. I ain't that big. It's swole, It's gonna go down in a minute, so you gonna be back upset again. So, this mosquito did this to me. And that's the only thing I hate about the South, the mosquitoes. You understand? You can be with a fine woman talking, all of a sudden, you like, God damn, I think I'm gonna go. Damn. But I love California, though. I just hate the traffic. Motherfuckers out here. God damn. And everybody be in traffic. I mean, I seen 6 wheelchairs just in traffic, sitting up there. Motherfucker, a battery had run out. They had one of them electric ones, Motherfucker sat there so much his battery is gone. goddamn. But it's road rage too, and people out here, they'll cuss your ass out. You understand what I mean? I had a motherfucker, dear me, you son of a bitch, you motherfucker. I mean, this how this 80-year-old lady was talking to me. Damn. I'm happy though. Look here, y'all. I wrote a book, as the lady said. This is a book I wrote. It's called The Comic Killer. I want y'all to support me. Go to Amazon and get it, Barnes and Noble. You can download it. Yeah, but check it out though, folks. You know, I read a lot of books, and a lot of times I stopped reading because the words be too big. You know, God damn, I gotta get a dictionary and figure this shit out. I can't read it. So this book is an easy read. Matter of fact, the biggest word in the book is ain't. Floyd Mayweather read it 4 times. He said, brother, I knew every word, and I said, I told you, champ. I got sentences in the book like this here. He is over there. So y'all also, I got a DVD. I got incense, cigarettes, condoms. He's my friend on Facebook. My name is Derrick Ellis. Good night. Thank you very much. Good night.